Hey guys, welcome to the shop. Today we're going to try out the Two Trees TTC450 Pro. Now if you want to check out the detailed specifications, I'll link in the description. If you're interested in buying one of these, I'll link that in the description. So stick around. We're going to show you what fell out of the machine later in the video. I'm going to give you my honest opinion and if I would recommend this. And I've also got a couple of great upgrades that I'm going to do myself. So you'll see in my video where I assemble this, unbox it, it was pretty easy. Assembly time took me about 45 minutes to an hour. They send all the tools that you need to assemble it, so that's great. They send zip ties to hold everything. They also send you several different bits. They send you a handful of carving bits. I didn't get to test those. They send you an end mill bit and a V carve bit. The V carve bit's the one I use the most. Hey guys, it really helps the channel out if you like, subscribe, hit those notifications. I really appreciate it.
One annoying thing was you have to press the button repeatedly instead of hold it if you want to move the bit. I have no idea why it messed up, but it did. I had to waste that piece of wood.
So you just use a laptop or a PC to connect via USB. I think it's supposed to connect via Wi-Fi, but I didn't try that.
Does anybody else have a screw loose? That was crazy. I even took the unit apart and could never find where this screw went.
They send you a USB drive. It's a little adapter, and it's got an SD card slot. So on the actual machine, there's a slot for an SD card. They have test files on there, but I could not get my SD card to read. When I put the SD card in the USB adapter and plug it into my laptop, I can read the files on the SD card. But even though I copied files to the SD card and plugged it into the CNC machine, the CNC machine never saw the files on the SD card. Now, I did email support, and I was a little disappointed. It was probably 4-day turnaround time, but they didn't answer any of my questions. They just pointed me to their wiki support link. So I was disappointed with the support because I did have some questions. Now, what I used for programming this to design my files was Easel. There was a free trial. I think it was a 30-day free trial of Easel. I'll link that in the description if you want to try it out. I did not pay for a design software. I just used the free versions. Worked pretty well. Pretty easy to figure out. My biggest obstacles were, this is my first time with a CNC machine, so never used one. It's a lot different than running a laser, which I'm familiar with. So the big thing was your feed rate, which is how quickly you're feeding that bit. I was testing this on hardwood, such as cherry and oak, so I was really putting it through the ringer, and I had to, several times I had to adjust the speed. Two Trees does send you they have a link on their website which gives you recommended speeds. So
Comment below, loose screw. I couldn't get any of the test files or files I added to that SD card to be seen by the CNC machine. So I had to run all my jobs directly from my laptop using the easel software.
we did several different engraves. This is a piece of cedar. This was with the V-carve bit. Both of these were the V-carve bit. That's my favorite bit to carve with. This took around 10 minutes to carve Steve. Same thing with this one out of cherry. That took 10 minutes. And then we made this fire department award or plaque with we pocketed, which means we cut out and then we inserted some epoxy. This actually took 3 hours because the engraving wasn't a crazy amount of time, but to cut through this all the way took a very long time. And this is a solid piece of cherry. And then another thing I noticed, this is another piece of cherry. When the bit was going through the end grain, the grain is going this way. This is the end grain, this is the end grain. It was struggling to go, it was struggling to make this circle. So I just wanted to show that. The spindle is only the 80 watt spindle. So it's I think they have a 500 and an 800 watt spindle. So this is a really light model spindle, meaning it doesn't have a ton of power. So you really have to go slow. But I can really see this coming into play if you want to make some signs. I think this would be fantastic. It's got an 18 by 18 working area. So that was great. The one other problem I had was right here. These two plugins kept coming loose. So I think they came loose around 3 times. So you just have to get your slack situated correctly and then zip tie. And that really made a big difference. So something to learn or something to think about. So would I recommend this CNC? I would. I thought the controls and the construction are really great on it. I'm looking at a software called MillMage. It's by the makers of Lightburn, which is the laser software I use. It's got a familiar interface, but I wasn't able to fully learn that while I had this. So I'm going to learn more software to use this. For the future, the spindle is super, it's 80 watts, so the spindle doesn't have a ton of power, so it takes a longer time. So in the future, I'm going to 3D print a mount. I'm going to try to add the Harbor Freight trim router to this to replace this spindle. And the other upgrade I'm planning on is this probe. This is what you put down on a piece of material and you lower the bit onto it and it knows where it is as far as height on the material. But this just kind of hangs out. So I think I'm going to make some type of cradle or little box that fits on the rail. Not sure yet where I need to put that, but that's kind of in the way. Not sure what to do with that. So I'm going to come up with a solution for that as well. So Be on the lookout in the next month or so for an updated video as I have time. If you watch the video long enough to see what fell out of the machine while it was in use, comment below what fell out. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to see more content.